Hello, my little fluffs and puffs. Daisy Rabbit here with you today, and it's going to be a bit of a different kind of video. Notice, there's a hand involved here, not paws. Scooch back a little more, be in better view. There we are. So, while I was cleaning the other day, rearranging some stuff in a closet upstairs, I came across a couple little pieces of technology, and it made me think, these would be worth a bit of story time. I know, haven't done that in a while. And specifically, story time explaining some stuff about my technological past. So, we're going to start on this tiny chain. Growing up, I had a father and a grandfather who were both very big into photography. And this was back in the 80s, so we're talking 35 millimeter little tube of film goes into the big old camera to take pictures. So, to say the least, I had exposure to nice camera equipment all of my growing up, because both of them spent money on nifty camera stuff. Big slidey lenses and things and all sorts of stuff. And they let me use them to take pictures at family events, even when I was pretty young. So that was kind of cool. So I grew up really thinking photography was kind of neat. Now because, well, both Dad and Grandpa had more than one camera, I didn't really worry about having a nice camera of my own for the longest time. In fact, the only camera I had for most of my life until what I'm about to talk about was one of those ones that was kind of a bar, looked like a chocolate bar, about yay big, and had the film was like two tiny cylinders with a strip in the middle. And because you're looking through the eyepiece that's over here, and the lens is over here, the flash is way over here, nothing was ever on camera right. Yeah, I waste a lot of money getting film developed, because almost everything was either totally off frame or off frame the other way, and you'd never do it until you got developed. Now, fast forward to I got out of college and had a real job. Yay! And, well, one of the first cool things I did decide to buy for myself was, at the time, a pretty nice camera. And digital was really starting to come out as being affordable. I remember when I got my college photo for my ID in 99, when I started college. They took our photo for our IDs with a digital camera that had a 3.5-inch floppy in it. So that's where technology and digital cameras were, as far as I knew at that time. Now, what I did end up buying, it was either 2001 or 2002, probably 2002, was this particular camera. And it was on the shelf. It's a cute little Fuji. I mean, this thing, if you didn't realize this was a brand name thing, you'd almost think it was a knockoff because of how light it is. Now, you can see this cute little bugger here. It'll switch on the front for, I guess that's inside and outside pictures or something. I never really understood what the mountain and flower was about, but I've seen it on a lot of cameras. And this was, at the time, a couple $100 camera. So it's not like I went and just bought the cheapest thing on the shelf, because I actually bought a digital camera, which was kind of expensive. And it came with a 16 megabyte card, which held like tons of pictures at the time. Also, this was before every computer and laptop had a card reader that fit every kind of card in it. So I actually had to buy a card reader to work this thing if I didn't want to plug in the very weird, and it's in a drawer somewhere, specialized USB cable. because it wasn't mini USB. It was some other proprietary USB cable. It still works, still fine cable, fortunately, because if I ever wanted to use it like that, I could use it like that. But I did get a card reader for it, so I didn't have to do that. Also, at the time, USB ports were all in the back of the computer, so I'd have to go behind the computer and plug it in. But this little critter did not have all of the options. As I noted, the little mountain and flower switch on the front, some basic sensors. On the top, you have video, camera, playback, and video, and on switch. And the top of that center button is the clicky, the silver splotch. In the back, this beautiful postage stamp size display, arrow keys, an OK cancel display. Very, very basic controls. Unfortunately, due to some damage to the interior around the switches, several of the buttons don't work, including the menu/OK button. That would be, unfortunately, it got damaged at some point. I tried to fix it, and I found the little interior ribbony cable-y bit was busted to those buttons, so they're gone forever. But as you can see with the camera, let's do that way. You can always look at Daisy or something, if whatever shows up. Tiny little display. It's not really showing you much, is it? I think I went to sleep. Here we go. It doesn't want to show me very well, but I promise a picture does show up in there. And it takes decent pictures. It's 1 megapixel because, well, one of the other problems with the buttons being broken, it got stuck instead of in 2 megapixel mode, 1 megapixel mode. And at some point, I upgraded the card in it. I upgraded almost immediately to like I think 256 meg or something like that. But now it's got a 1 gig card in it. And it's the only thing in my life that actually uses this card. Now, as you can see, there's the USB port and the video out port. Back whenever you had that, or that's the power port. This one only had a power port. Yeah, this just had power. You just could plug this in with USB and power. Whew. Video was horrible. It was like sub VGA, like 320 by 180. Yeah, that thing right below 640 by 480. That one. It was horrible. And you could only have like a 30-second video clip because it only expected you were going to be able to have a 16 meg card in there. And I'm guessing the cache memory in this thing before it writes to card just could not handle anything more than that. The memory card and batteries live in this little compartment here on the bottom. It actually does have a tripod mount too, so you can mount it on a tripod. At the time, this actually was pretty darn cool. I took way better pictures with this than we were getting with the 35mm film, unless you had one of Grandpa's bigger, more fancy cameras. That, and I didn't have to worry about developing this or scanning this. I had all my photos right away. Here we go. In the compartment, you can see the 2 fresh AA's I put in there just now for this video. I don't think this one had even the little sub battery that you could get to easily. You know, that little kind of clock battery. But the memory card slides out, and it is not SD. It is micro XD. Specifically, that's the 1 gig card I replaced it with. And due to the fact that it's stuck on 1 megapixel, it can take, since I believe this is empty, load. It's 3,000 something. 3,197 photos. I could take 3,000 pictures with this out and about and not have to worry about dumping the cart. That's pretty awesome. That is also the camera that taught me a very important lesson. Don't buy the absolute cheapest batteries you can find. During the time I had that, my friend and I went to one of those cheap grocery stores like Pick and Save, Try and Save, Save a Lot, Lot of Save, Savey Save, Try and Save. You know, one of those ones. And we bought like a big giant pack of AA batteries for $1. I would get 2 pictures, and then on the 3rd picture, the camera would power down because the batteries were dead. Yeah, learned pretty quickly. Buy better batteries, children. At least a little bit, tiny bit. So yeah, that's my first digital camera. I'm going to do a couple more of these with things I purchased over the years and changes in my life, camera-wise. Spoiler alert, this is my camera now that I carry around. It's almost always in my pocket. It's got way too many lenses. You can see all of them shining there in the video. Yeah. Cell phone. At this point, obviously, this has way more megapooples and a better lens than that little Fuji did. Or anything else I'll talk about in future videos here. But for now, I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of technology. So please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little dingly bell for the little dingly bell. Let you know when I post new videos. Who knows? Could be Daisy. Could be talking about more fun camera equipment. But for now, oh yeah, and both my Patreon link and my Ko-fi link are in the description box below. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, I don't know, ask me to talk about certain electronics in my life or certain objects or whatever. For $1, yeah, I'll throw that in the dollar queue. If you want to ask me to talk about a device in my life, G-rated, something I could, not get kids are allowed to look at, device, game, whatever, I'll talk about it. I will put it to the front of the list. And do my best to be helpful, assuming I have whatever it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you all again on the next video, but for now, this little bun's going to hop off and pull out another piece of electronic history to discuss. So, Daisy appreciates you and hopes y'all taking great pictures. Bye!